just start this. Yeah, so we're going to do an eyes closed class today. Based on this quote here, if you can see it, it says, I close my eyes in order to see. So it's a very introspective practice. The human eye transmits 10 million pieces of information per second. So this is a really nice way to block out distractions so you can really go inside and really tune into your body and tune into your practice and get really present. So I experienced this for the first time when I was in California a couple years ago at a Wanderlust, and I took a class that was eyes closed, and it was so powerful at the end. It was just really an interesting experience. So I like to actually cover my eyes because I know myself and I kind of peek and I open them a little bit. And so if you really want to go deep and have your eyes closed for an hour, I do recommend covering them. So we're so lucky that we have all these masks handy. I'll show you. See, this is our regular COVID mask. But then you just move it up a little bit. Just move it up and then your eyes are covered. And you're so comfortable. Your hair still looks good. Okay? Okay? Or you can use the eye mask that you sleep with. This is my eye mask that I sleep with. So, okay. So, if this is not your thing and you don't want to do this at all, you don't have to. You can. It's just a regular yoga practice. It just really just gives you an opportunity to go inside and go deep. So, come on, Jack. Are you gonna do it, Jack, with us?
I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed.
Okay, you're disciplined.
Rather than mask.
You're
Anna's
disciplined.
going to get a mask.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna mute everybody. I will make sure that I give you reminders on how to transition from poses. It's going to be very slow and gentle. We're not going to do any standing poses today, so you don't have to worry about falling or getting injured. And we are going to use a strap. So have your strap put together and have your strap next to you so it's handy. I also have 2 blocks handy at the front of my mat. If you want to have blocks handy, know where they are. I might open my eyes and peek just at my clock towards the end of the practice to make sure that we're not running over. So I'm going to cover my eyes now with my mask and then lay down. Oh, yeah. Oh, I might fall asleep. Okay, so take a few moments here with your eyes closed to check in with yourself. Notice what you're feeling and notice how you're feeling. You can place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your chest, just so you can begin to feel your breath from the inside. So as much as we try to block out outside distractions, it's interesting when you block off just one sense that your other senses get a little more heightened. So we're going to take this inside by trying to experience your feelings a little bit deeper in the body and trying to stay a little bit more present and grounded here. So breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. Notice what you're feeling and how you're feeling. Notice any thoughts that you're having. Seeing if those thoughts are serving you. If they are not, let them go. Feel the back of the body supported by the floor beneath you. just really notice. So we're going to gently hug the knees into the chest. Rock left to right. Feel your back against the floor. Feel your hands on your shins or knees. And just rotate your knees in circles to the one side and then the other. And then we'll take the feet straight up towards the ceiling. Notice what you feel in the back of the legs. You can take your hands up and back behind you, tops of the hands, reaching for the floor. Opening up the shoulders. Feel what you're feeling here in your upper back, the space between your shoulder blades, your shoulders. You can make some circles with your ankles in one direction and then the other. Point and flex the feet. So I may speak a little bit less throughout this practice. I know I talk a lot, but I'm just going to speak a little bit less so that you can really tune into what's going on inside. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach up and back, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. So let both feet come down to the floor so you feel grounded evenly through both feet. Reach for your strap. And just feel your strap with your hands so that you can feel where the buckle is. You don't need to look at it. We're very familiar with the strap. Place your right foot into the loop. Feel along the strap so you can get the loop around your head and at your upper back. Pausing here. You can tighten or loosen the strap by pulling on the tail. So notice where the buckle is. Once you're in, let's let the left leg go straight. Right leg is supported by the strap. Let your arms go out to the sides, palms up. And just breathe here. Notice how the outside of the body feels. Notice the temperature in the room. Notice the feeling of the ground beneath you. Checking in, noticing where in the body you have feelings and what you're experiencing when you're feeling. Notice any thoughts in your mind. You can try to quiet down the chatter. And just think of this moment as a letting go. So feel the breath inside your body as you breathe in. And feel your body relax as you breathe out. A couple really nice deep breaths here. And we're just going to soften the right knee and gently let the bottom of your foot slide along your strap left to right. So you're just kind of swaying your right foot to the right and then to the left. It's not stuck to the strap, it's actually just sliding along the strap. And then we're going to let the foot reach over to the left and then press your foot into the strap. You might need to tighten or loosen. You can turn your head left to right, Relaxing through the neck. Let your shoulders drop down. Continue to breathe with ease. You might even begin to hear your breath. If you know what the Ujjayi breath is, it's a gentle dragging of the breath over the back of the throat. So when you're here on your mat and you're just noticing your breath, see if you can hear the breath. Letting go of physical tightness and tension, allowing the body to relax, and staying present right here. We'll take a full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's soften the knee. We're going to bring the right foot back to center. Bend your left knee so the left foot comes onto the floor. Let your right foot just come out of the strap, come into a figure four. So your right ankle is over your left leg above the knee, reaching for the back of your left thigh. So just feel what you feel when you come into this pose physically. You might notice your right hip, might notice your low back. You can let the legs just sway left to right a little bit. Try to relax the shoulders down. And then a gentle pause over to the left side. Trying to bring your left knee into your left shoulder a little bit. Releasing any tightness or tension around the right hip. And then when you're here and you're still, just notice what you see. Obviously not physically see, but just notice what maybe you feel in the body. Just notice the different senses and what you're experiencing. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We're going to release the hands. Let your left foot come down to the floor. Let your right foot come down to the floor. Feel with the bottoms of your feet where the edge of your mat is. So let your feet go to the edge, then maybe go off the edge a little bit so you can feel the floor with your feet, and then let your feet just be right on the edges of your mat, and then begin to windshield wiper your legs left to right. Starting off small and then maybe getting a little bit bigger. Letting your low back lengthen as you go from side to side. You can let your arms go out to the sides. You can turn your head to the opposite side. Maybe you pause at one side for a moment. Take an extra breath there. And then we'll come back to center. Bring your feet a little bit closer together so they're parallel. And we'll take the left foot into your strap. Let your right foot go straight. You can tighten, you can loosen. Arms out to the sides, eyes closed, obviously. Letting your head roll left to right. I'm so used to saying eyes closed. Don't even have to say it right now. And then really go inside here. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the left knee. Start to let your left foot go left to right a little bit. Just feeling the bottom of your foot sliding on the inside of the strap. Feeling what you feel along the leg and the hip and the inner thigh. And then we're going to let your left foot go over to the right side. Begin to straighten the leg, pushing the foot into the strap. You might need to tighten the strap if you need a little bit more support. So when you breathe in, see if you can just gently and slightly constrict your throat so that you can hear the sound of your breath gliding over your throat. It's kind of also called the Darth Vader breath, the Ujjayi breath. And when you exhale, same thing. So connecting with your breathing, relaxing the shoulders, turning your head if you'd like. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to soften the left knee, bring your left foot back to center. The right foot comes down on the floor. Let your left foot come out of the strap, left ankle over the right leg above the knee. Reach for the back of your right thigh. And then gently sway the shape of your legs left to right. Let the legs feel heavy. Holding on to the back of the thigh with your hands helps relax the shoulders. And then you can pause over to the right. Draw your right knee into your right shoulder. So just taking a moment to think about that quote, I close my eyes in order to see. Feel your hands against the thigh. Feel your left elbow against your left leg. Feel a release and a letting go of the tightness that you might feel around your hip and low back. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring the shape of the legs back to center. Release your hands. Let the right foot come down. Let the left foot come down. Feel for the edge of the mat with the bottom of your feet, and then gently let your legs fall left to right. You can add your head turning in the opposite direction of the legs. You can pause on one side, taking a full round of breath, or you can move with the breath. You inhale to come up, exhale to come over. Feel your back. Feel your breath initiating the movement. And then we're going to let the feet just come down to the floor here. So they're parallel, feet are flat. Feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor. Reach your arms away from each other And then you're going to cross your right arm under your left, coming into an eagle arm. So you're just going to cross the right arm your right arm under the left. Try to bring the backs of your hands together, or maybe the palms together. Relax your shoulders down. Press your elbows up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips for the space behind your head. You're going to move your feet together, so the feet come together. And then you're going to cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Come up onto your left tippy toes, so your left heel is lifted. As you inhale, reach your fingertips for the space behind your head. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift your left foot off the floor. Bring your elbows towards your knees in front of your belly, and then gently lift your forehead towards your hands, lifting the back of your head off the floor. Inhale, let the head come down. Your left toes gently touch the floor. Your fingertips reach behind you, elbows up towards the ceiling. Exhale, elbows to the knees, draw your belly down, shoulders relax. Head lifts off the floor. One more time like that. Inhale. And exhale. Let the head come back down. Let your left foot come down. Undo the arms. Let them reach out to the sides. Let them rest on the floor. Uncross the legs. Let your feet come together. So you feel the arches of your feet together, both feet down on the floor, knees are together. Left arm is going to come under the right arm. Reach your hands away from each other, bend your elbows as the backs of the hands reach towards each other, maybe the palms touch. Shoulders down, fingertips reach behind you, elbows push away from your face. Left thigh crosses over the right thigh. Lift your right heel so your right toes are on the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly and gently, elbows come to the knees in front of your belly. Lift the head off the floor, forehead towards your arms. Inhale, drop the head. Fingertips reach back. Just gently let your right toes touch the floor. Exhale. Nice and slow. Let your breath determine how slowly your body moves. Everything comes in. Inhale one more time like this. And exhale. Draw it in. Relax the head down, relax your right foot down, open up the arms away from each other, let them go along the floor, reach way out. Left foot comes down next to your right foot. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. You're gently going to roll to your left side. Use your right hand to gently push yourself up to sit. Just so that you can take the strap off of you. So remove your strap. Place it to the side. Eyes are still closed here or covered. Feel your mat with your hands. And transition onto hands and knees. So use your hands to feel your mat. Feel the front of your mat. Notice where it ends. Maybe you feel the back of your mat with your feet. And then you want to bring your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders. So noticing what that feels like. You can't see where your hands are, so you're just going to have to go with what this feels like. I like to move my hands a little bit more in front. Knees are underneath the hips. Feel what this feels like. Let your knees be under. Pause here. We're going to curl the toes under. Stretch through the bottoms of the feet. You're going to push down with your hands and lift your knees off the floor. Just about an inch or two. If this is not possible for you, then just leave the knees down and push with your feet as if you were going to lift your knees. Feel the strength in your body here. Feel grounded down through the hands and feet, strong in the thighs and core and shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drop the knees right where they are. Bring your big toes to touch. Leave your hands where they are. Just sink your hips down towards your heels. Let your forehead drop down. Take a moment here, grounding down with your forehead. This is where they say the third eye is, where your sixth sense is. Intuition, really going inside here, grounding down. Arms reach way out in front. And then you're gently just going to walk your hands to the left. So maybe you feel your left hand coming off the mat. You're feeling your carpet. You're feeling your hardwood floor. Your right hand maybe on the edge of the mat. Feel your right hip reach down towards your right foot, opening up the whole right side of the body, the rib cage underneath the right shoulder blade. Let your head drop down. Deep breaths. And then let's walk the hands back to center. Feel the bottom of your hands on the mat, the palms of your hands. And then moving your right hand over to the right, maybe off the mat. Left hand on the edge of the mat. Left hip pushes down towards your left heel. Open up the space underneath your left shoulder blade. Drop the head. And then walk the hands back to center, feeling where that is. Feeling the edge of your mat, walking the hands back so that they're parallel. Let the head drop down. Hear your breath. Tune in to what's going on inside the body. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, let's come up onto hands and knees. So feel your mat so that you can adjust, so that your hips are over your knees, your wrists are underneath your shoulders. And we're just going to move the body with your breath. So as you inhale, gently drop the belly. Push the chest down as you lift the chin. And then exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to neutral spine, we're going to let the left foot go back. Toes are down. So feel your toes down on the floor. Your leg is lengthened. Your right hand is going to reach towards the front of the room. Upper arm can start by your ear, but then relax your shoulder. Let the arm come down a little bit. We're going to experiment with lifting the left leg. Find some balance here. So draw the belly in. This might be a little bit harder to balance, but that's okay. Just notice what you feel. Try to ground down through the left hand and the right knee. Belly is drawn in. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We're going to let the right hand come down to the mat. Left toes go straight down behind you. Right foot is going to pivot off of your mat. You'll feel what's next to your mat, whether it's floor or rug. Turn your arch of your left foot down. As you press your left foot down into the floor, left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Pause here. Feel open in the chest. If you'd like to lift your left foot, you can. You can see how that feels. If you want to come into a side plank pose, you can experiment with maybe crossing your right ankle in front of your left ankle, keeping your hips lifted. Notice what you feel here, where you can connect, where you can stay grounded. Feel super strong here and powerful from the inside out. Follow your breath, stay connected, take a full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly make your way down. Use your hands to feel where you are on the mat. I realize I moved way forward, so I'm just going to back up a little bit. Knees are going to come together. Hips are going to sink down onto your heels. Forehead down, backs of the hands by your feet. Relax your shoulders. Let your forehead press down. Notice what that feels like. Can you release some tension in the neck and shoulders? Can you relax through your wrists? Lengthen through your spine. Maybe you want to roll your forehead left to right a little bit. Take a full deep breath in here and a full deep breath out. Let's take the hands, reach them forward. Feel the edges of your mat as you come up so that you can try to stay centered. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Knees go a little bit wider so they're underneath your hips. 3 breaths. Drop the belly. Open the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale. Drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to neutral, the right foot goes back. Belly draws in. Lift the left hand forward towards the front of the room. Relax your shoulder. You can let your upper arm drop down a little bit. And then see if you can lift your right heel. Just a few inches, doesn't have to go all the way up. You want to stay relaxed here. Belly draws in. Lengthen through the neck. Relax the shoulders. And continue to breathe with ease and awareness. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, left hand comes down. Right toes go down behind you. Pivot your left foot to the left off of your mat. Roll to the arch of your right foot. Press your right foot flat into your mat. Rotate to the right as you reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Hips are stacked on top of each other, shoulders are stacked. You can lift your right foot if you'd like. You don't have to. You can cross your left ankle in front of your right ankle if you'd like. You don't have to. Breathe here. Notice what you're feeling. Can you feel strong and powerful here and balanced? Take another deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly make your way down. You can feel your mat, notice where you are. Again, we'll take a narrow kneed child's pose. Does someone need me? I hear someone talking. Hips come down onto your heels. Backs of your hands on the floor behind you. You can make some circles with the wrists if you need to. Drop the forehead. Relax your shoulders. Take a moment here to just check in with your thoughts, your feelings. Really go inside and just take a few deep breaths here. Processing what you're feeling. Processing how you're feeling. Noticing where in the body you're feeling. And then we're slowly going to come up here and you're going to bring your forearms to the floor in front of you. So you can feel your mat, see where you are. Forearms are coming down. Knees are going to go a little bit wider so you can create your base. You want to feel your elbows under your shoulders. So if you're not sure if your elbows are in the right place, you can take your right hand, feel your left elbow and feel your left shoulder. Make sure you're lined up. Make sure your hands are feeling, your forearms are feeling parallel to each other. Lift your chest. Open up the space between your collarbones and your shoulder blades. We're going to step the right foot back, toes down, left foot back, toes down. Keep your hips lifted at your shoulder height or higher. If you would like to drop your knees, you can. So we're just going to breathe through this forearm plank. You can come down to knees anytime you'd like. If your knees are down, let the tops of your feet press down. Try to relax your neck as the crown of the head is forward. Your face is parallel to the mat. Your shoulders are trying to stay relaxed. Breathe deeply here. So you don't have to stay up this whole time. You can come up for a few breaths and then down, but we're strengthening the core as well as just going inside and seeing how strong are you? How deep can you dig? Keep your breath flowing with ease. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees. Let your arms go straight out in front. As you come into a child's pose, you can widen the knees if you'd like. You can reach the fingertips way in front and then lift the palms to get a little bit deeper into the shoulders. Drop your forehead down. And breathe. Sway left to right if you'd like to get a little bit into the hips. You can roll your forehead, getting into the neck and shoulders. Just take an extra few breaths here. What can you notice about your practice at this moment? What are you seeing about yourself? Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. We're going to come up onto hands and knees, and you're going to step your right foot forward up between your hands. feel your mat. Feel where the edge of your mat is so you know where you are. Notice your right knee over your right ankle. You can feel along your leg and your shins. You can see where you are. If you have those blocks handy, you can put your hands on top of the blocks by your feet, your right foot, but you don't have to. We're going to scoot the left knee back. So let your left knee go back and let your hips hang heavy. Relax your neck and shoulders. Your hands are on either side of your right foot. You can put them on blocks if you have them. I have my fingers tented. We're going to move with the breath here. So as you inhale, sink your hips and your pelvis a little bit more down to the floor. Take your face as if it's looking forward and open up the chest towards the front. That's your inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to tuck the chin, round the back, move your hips back. Keep your fingertips where they are. Don't worry about what the right leg is doing, how straight or bent it is. Just pull the hips back. Inhale. Hips come forward and down. Look forward, even though you're not looking at anything forward, but the face is forward. And then exhale, pull back. Tuck the chin. Inhale, drop the hips. Face is looking forward, open up through the chest. And then exhale, pull back. We're going to bring the hips forward again as you inhale. We're going to curl the toes under and lift your left knee if you can. If you need to leave your left knee down, that's totally fine. We're going to feel nice and strong in this lunge here. Super strong legs. Maybe come up onto your fingertips. Maybe your hands lift off the floor. This is not easy. They only lift about an inch or two, so that if you need to put your hands back down, you can. Feel super strong on your right hip and your left thigh and your right knee. Your fingertips are hovering right above the floor, so if you need to put them down, you can. Breathe deeply here. Strong inner thighs. If your hands are down, that's fine. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, both hands come down. Drop your left knee. Relax your left foot. Bring your right hand onto your right knee. Turn your right toes to 2 o'clock, and then gently with your right hand, guide your right knee open as you turn your chest to the right. Reach your right hand back as if you're trying to reach back towards your foot. But you're just reaching it straight back. Pause here. Open through the chest, deep in the hips. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. You're going to bring your right hand back down to the floor and scoot your right foot back so your knees are next to each other, your hands are next to each other, and then we're just going to make some circles here. So you're in tabletop and you're making circles with your hips. We'll do 3 to the right, so you're just moving your hips in a big circle, and then we'll go 3 to the left. Just let your shoulders relax as your body rotates around. And then we're going to come back to the center. Your left foot is going to step up. Feel your shin with your left hand. See if it's straight. Your left knee is not passing your left ankle. Your hands are framing your front foot. You can feel your mat with your fingers. We're going to scoot the right knee way back. Using blocks if you need to. Tense your fingertips if you'd like. Hips are super heavy. Opening up that right hip flexor. Relax your head and neck for a moment. Your next inhale, hips drop down just a little bit more. Face lifts, open up through the chest. That's your inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin, pull your hips back, round your back. Inhale, forward. Hips go down. Exhale, pull back. One more time, just like that. Inhale, hips come down, chest forward. And exhale, pull back. And then coming back to forward, left knee over the left ankle. We're going to curl your right toes under and lift your right knee. If you can't, then just let the right knee come down and stay with the knee supporting your body. If you want to get a little bit stronger in the legs and the joints, maybe you come up onto just one fingertip on each hand, or let your hands hover off the floor just about an inch or two. Your inner thighs are squeezing together. It's hard to balance when we can't see. So let your hands be right above the floor. Keep your breath flowing. Try to feel centered here. Super strong in the legs. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, hands come down, right knee comes down, right foot relaxes on the floor. Take your left hand onto your left knee, turn your left toes to 10 o'clock, roll to the pinky side. Let your left hand gently guide your left knee open. If you would like, you can take your left hand and just reach it as if your toes or your fingertips are trying to reach back in the direction that your toes are going in, the back of your mat. Open your chest. Open the hip. Open around the heart, open-minded to what you're experiencing right here in this pose, how it feels. We'll take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes down, drag your left foot back so that your knees are parallel, hands are parallel, and then just make some circles with your hips. Going all the way back to the sides, the front, just nice and round here. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk your hands a little bit more towards your knees. Pivot both feet to the right. Roll back onto your left hip. Move your feet forward, and then feel with your hands and feet to get centered on your mat and lay on your back. So just feel the mat with your hands and feet to see where you are. Your feet are going to be parallel on the floor. Heels drawing into your seat, palms are down by your sides. Few deep breaths here. And then we're just going to move the body with your breath. So as you inhale, when you lift your hips, try to press your center of your back down and tilt your pelvis so that you're lifting your pelvic bone and your hip. So you're not going to go that high. Arms are going to reach up and back behind you. And then exhale, arms come down, hips come down. So you're not leading with your rib cage or your chest. You're leading with your hips. Maybe you're just doing a little pelvic tilt here. Inhale and exhale. So I'd like you to do 5 more of those on your own, nice and slow. Inhaling, letting the hips rise and your arms go all the way up and back. And then the exhale is the arms coming down and the hips coming down. Feel like you're floating on your inhale and then drifting back down to the ground on your exhale. So light and free and open, and then centered, present, and grounded. Last one, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's gently hug the knees into the chest. Let the knees go wide. Lift the feet for happy baby. You can hold on to the backs of the knees, your ankles, or the outsides of your feet. Try to feel like your low back is trying to smush a grape down on the floor. So tilt your pelvis forward. You can rock left to right. Let the shoulders pull down away from the ears. You can feel the back of your head rocking on the floor, left to right. Roll. And then slowly just let the feet come down. Your feet are going to be parallel. Arms reach away from each other. Gently just let both knees go over to the left. So you're rolling to the outside of your left foot, the inside of your right foot. Turn your head over your right shoulder. And just breathe. Take a deep breath in as you bring your legs back to center and then just roll them to the right. Gently turn your head over your left shoulder and just breathe. On your next inhale, bring the legs back to center. Gently hug the knees into the chest. And then we'll slowly and gently find Shavasana. So keeping the eyes covered. You can keep your feet on the floor, knees bent if you'd like, with your knees touching. Let your palms face up. Lots of nerve endings on the fingertips, sending messages to the brain, so we're going to keep those nice and quiet by having the palms up. Eyes are covered or closed. Just want you to take the last few minutes of this eyes closed practice to just notice and feel. Start with the bottom of the body. Start with your feet. Notice the bottom of the feet or just your heels on the floor. Notice how the back of the legs feel. The shins and the thighs. Notice the low back and the hips. Notice how you feel deep in your belly. Notice the space between the shoulder blades. Notice the space between your ribs. Notice what you're feeling around your heart. Notice the hands, what you feel in the backs of the hands, any energy that you feel in the palms. Notice the arms and the shoulders. Just noticing the neck and throat. The face. The back of the head. And the crown of the head. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your chest. Feel your breath. Check in with your thoughts and your feelings. Notice if you feel centered, grounded, relaxed. Take a full, slow inhale. And then exhale completely. We'll slowly and gently roll to your left side. Use your right hand to push you up to gently sit. Eyes are still closed or covered. Let's take the right hand over your heart, the left hand over your right hand. Remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, we are here for each other. Bring your palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Let's take your thumbs to your forehead and drop the chin. Namaste. So slowly and gently open up your eyes. It might feel super bright, so just look down for a moment. Take your time. Kind of get your bearings.